We're thrilled to be able to introduce you guys to the new Belstaff McGregor Pro jacket. This is part of the Long Way Up collection, released in conjunction with the TV series releasing on Apple TV in September 2020, featuring Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman. In the third round of the world trip they've done, this time they're going from the bottom of South America to LA on electric Halley Stevenson. So it's due to be a really exciting trip. They've already done it, of course, and we've spoken with Charlie at length in the previous video about the jacket he used, the Long Way Up jacket. Here we have Ewan's jacket that he designed and wore through the journey. And as compared to Charlie's jacket, the Long Way Up, this one, the McGregor Pro, has a far more traditional look to it, but it competes pretty well when it comes to the technical qualities that this one exhibits as compared to that far more adventure-y looking jacket that Charlie was wearing. So this is, for anyone who's familiar with Belstaff already, quite a familiar outline to the jacket. It has that Trialmaster aesthetic to it, which they've made themselves famous for over the last 100 years or so. This one features a 12-ounce Halley Stevenson's wax cotton outer, which is fairly chunky, it must be said. It's quite robust in feel. It doesn't have a removable liner as part of it. This is something that really I think you're supposed to sort of layer up with according to whatever the climate is. But this one comes in at $695. This one is waterproof, it's breathable, it's a CE level A approved garment for those of us who are going to be using this in Europe. It comes with D3O in the shoulders and elbows, which is removable. It has a pocket for back protection as well. So the big difference when it comes to the waterproofing, I suppose, between this one and the Long Way Up jacket that we just featured is the ability of the fabric itself to remain dry in all circumstances. So both of them offer the rider the ability to stay dry, but the difference with a drop liner that we have here with this seam sealed Myporex membrane, as opposed to the Gore-Tex 3L laminate membrane on the Long Way Up jacket, is the fact that the other one being laminated to the underside of the outer layer means that the water simply runs off it. It never saturates no matter how much water it gets exposed to, whereas with this Halley Stevenson's 12-ounce wax cotton, it will, with the wax coating, keep the water running off it, but eventually, if you are in absolutely horrendous weather for hours on end, it's going to eventually saturate that fabric. You will stay dry, but what this means is it has slight performance effects when it comes to insulation, because if you've got a cold, damp outer, it means you're going to get slightly colder on the inside. Not wet, but just cold. Simply put, you get a rain jacket, you put it over the top, and that way you're guaranteed it's not going to penetrate this outer fabric. So moving on from that point, we have a jacket then that has the traditional forefront pockets. It has lots of the signature Belstaff detailing with the nice Belstaff engraved rubber coated snappers, which are spring loaded, so they feel premium, they're very easy to operate. So you've got good storage options therefore with these front pockets. This one has leather patches on the elbows and shoulder section, which I think looks quite nice, gives it a slightly different look. This is a black jacket, although it has a slight sort of raised tone to it, so it's not a deep, deep black. It's got a corduroy cuff and collar lining, which makes it comfortable. You can do it up nice and tight. And the inside of the jacket is lined with the McGregor clan tartan lining, which is a nice touch, and it really does look rather nice in its own right. We have a Napoleon pocket with a YKK zip, which is a great place for your real valuables, passports and stuff like that. When you're adventuring around the world, you're going to want to keep it as close to you and as protected from the elements as possible. So the waist belt is also reversible, so as you can see in the default setting we had it in, it has the reflector on the outside, but you can flip that around and it simply has the same wax cotton as the jacket itself. You've got the Belstaff Long Way Up patch logo and Belstaff on the collar on the left part of the arm as well. Sizing is very much true to the size guide though. We do get a lot of requests for more detailed info on sizing. Unfortunately, it's not always that straightforward when we get samples alone because we only get one and we really want to wait until we have the full stock. So what we'll always say is go over to the size guide at urbanrider.co.uk. When stock is available, we take all the sizes in the range, we try them on in the office, we measure them out, we put all that data down in the size guides there so you can try as much as possible to get it right first time. But early indications suggest that this being a large is a 42-inch chest, which is pretty consistent with the new sizing from Belstaff, which has become slightly more generous from where it used to be. So being a 42, this fits me nicely and I think they've got it correct. So the Belstaff McGregor Pro Long Way Up jacket, this is something that can be used in a round the world adventure. It's certainly therefore good enough to be used off the bike and it has the aesthetics to back that up too. It looks wonderful, it fits nicely, it's really well put together. We think this is going to be popular. Let us know what you guys think. Give us your questions, comments, feedback, anything in the section below. And stay tuned for more video reviews of the Belstaff Long Way Up collection and also the rest of the world's finest riding gear. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. Goodbye.